Hi everybody, Mark Walston here. I'm going to show you guys how to make some cool arts and crafts with the Crayola Easy-Clean Fingerprint Kit. This thing is great for small children and also kids with special needs, so let's check it out. Okay, so this thing is super easy to use. You just unclip it. Comes with some special paper that you put in that just is a little sturdier than typical paper. I'm assuming you could also just use cardstock or anything else. It's a little bit glossy too, so it doesn't get soggy. You put that in here. Actually, before you snap it closed, you're going to put some blobs of paint. It comes with 3 colors of paint: red, yellow, blue. You just kind of put those blobs on there. Then you close it up, and then that's it. You give it to your kid. You let your kid smear it around, do some finger paints with it. There's no mess. Super easy to clean, like the name suggests. It's a nice, simple craft. I've done this with my 2-year-old and with my daughter, older daughter with special needs, and they seem to enjoy it. You get things that look like this, right? So kind of fun, good for 1 or 2 uses. But I'm going to show you guys, you can actually make some pretty cool art with this, like this. I made this little scene for Halloween the other year with my kids. So I'm going to show you guys how you can do something a little bit more involved like that, something that could be fun to put on your wall that your kids will enjoy and that you might enjoy too. So what you're going to want in addition to the Crayola Easy-Clean kit, you're also going to want some of this foam board here. You can get this at pretty much any craft store. And we're going to use this to cut this out and then add shapes to the little smearing and make it a little bit fancier. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So the first thing you want to do is decide what type of picture you want to make. So for this Halloween picture that I did, I wanted it to be like lots of oranges, yellows, and reds. So you'll notice I did not add any of the blue. When I put the paint on this, I just used the red and yellow. And then I added some blue for the, mixed some purple to do the outline at the end once I was done. And that'll also tell you what types of shapes you want to cut out. So since I was doing like a spooky little house, I cut out some trees, a house, and some clouds. Now today what I'm going to be making with my kids is I'm going to be making an underwater picture here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use lots of blue on my paper, and I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in there to give it that little greenish. I might put a little bit of red down at the bottom, so there's kind of like a gradation in the ocean. We'll see how ambitious I get. And then for the foam, what I did is I just used that foam board. I cut out some seaweed pieces. I cut out a bunch of little fish in different colors and sizes here too. And then so I'm going to put the paint on there. I'm going to let my kids smear it around, and then I'm just going to let them choose where to place the fishes, and then we'll glue them down where they like. And I should say, for the glue, I like to use these glue dots. I don't know if you've seen these things before. Basically, it's just a roll of like wax paper, and it's got these little dots of glue on it. They're sticky. They're nice because you can just put that on the foam board in advance, and then you can hand it to your kid, and they'll slap the foam on, and wherever they put it, it sticks. You don't have to worry about hot glue or glue being wet or anything like that. They just work really well. All right, this is what we ended up with. So I think it looks pretty cool. My kids really enjoyed it. They liked putting the fish on there, and they loved smearing that paint around. And they love it when they get to see this up on the wall, and they're like, "Hey, we made that craft together." So anyway, there you go. This is one way to make some cool stuff with your kids, either kids who are really young or kids with special needs. It works really well. It's a great accessible craft using the Crayola mess-free finger painting kit. All right. Hope you enjoyed.